Much of what you've been told about anti-aging is backwards. Not exaggerated, just a bit backwards. At times, it can make you look older faster. I know this because I see it every week in patients who are doing most everything right. So I marked 7 zones on my thumbnail face, and we're going to go through each one of those because the mistake isn't any kind of laziness, it's just plain misinformation at times. I'm Dr. Greg Bickler. I spent years studying the face, not from a skincare counter, believe me, but from the inside. Bone, muscle, fluid, structure. That's the lens I want to give you today because most anti-aging advice looks only at the surface. We're going to go much deeper than that. Okay, zone 1. Right here, your forehead. The issue, repeated facial tension you don't even notice. Squinting in bright lights without sunglasses, frowning at your phone, lifting your brow when you're concentrating. Every one of those movements uses many of the same muscles over and over again, thousands of times a day. You see, muscles that fire repeatedly in the same pattern create a crease along the same line. That's how expression lines become permanent lines. It's mechanical repetition. The same way a piece of paper, for instance, creases faster the more times you fold it in the same place. Now, the fix is simpler than most people expect. One example, wraparound sunglasses with real IV protection. Anytime you're outside, holding your phone, okay, slightly further away and increasing text size instead of leaning in and squinting. And just noticing when you're doing these repetitive movements will make a difference. Okay, for lines that are already established, you could consider a neuromodulator like Botox if you're interested. It's a legitimate option to soften specific muscle activity, but that's a conversation with a licensed provider. Okay, point 2 on the thumbnail, on my face, right underneath the eye. Now, a patient told me last week, Dr. Greg, I ice my face every single morning, either an ice pack or I use a roller, 2 minutes religiously. She was proud of it, but I had to tell her, well, that may not be fixing as much as she had hoped. You see, ice numbs the area, tightens the surface for a few minutes. It feels incredible, looks amazing, but underneath, that fluid that pooled overnight when you were laying down all night is still sitting right there. You didn't drain it, you just kind of froze it in place. Now, a lot of you, by the way, have asked me about rollers, okay, specifically, and I want to be precise because rollers are great. There's real research behind them. Studies show facial rollers can improve contour and tone over time. So if you love your roller, keep it. But here's what the roller alone doesn't do. It doesn't open the drainage pathway. Your lymph has one exit. It's called the supraclavicular node, right above your clavicle here, okay? If that exit is closed, it doesn't matter what tool you're using on point 2 underneath your eye, you're pushing the fluid towards a door that's not open. So if you want to clear out that fluid on your face, okay, you need to open the doorway first. It's not ice versus roller versus versus fingers. It's the order. Collarbone first, cervical complex next, and then only then underneath your eyes, underneath your jaw, towards your ear, your neck, and down. I've got a complete video sitting in YouTube here that you can take a look that explains that whole process much more thoroughly. Zone 3, the other eye. The mistake, trying to hydrate your skin exclusively from the outside, ignoring the inside. Don't get me wrong, topical hydration matters. It's important, okay? But skin, it's the last organ in line for the water you drink. You see, your brain, your organs, your blood volume all get priority first. If you're chronically underhydrated, no serum can compensate for what your body is rationing internally. Fine lines that look dramatically worse by the end of the day, especially around your eyes, are one of the most reliable visible signs of low hydration. not just low collagen. It's a very fixable habit, not a sign you're aging faster than everyone else. So drink your water. Okay, zone 4, your cheek. The mistake, exfoliating aggressively because you think you're actually renewing your skin. Here's what that can actually look like in real life. Okay, say you're using a retinol at night, okay, and an acid toner in the morning. In a physical scrub 2 or 3 times a week, all in the same routine. Any one of those used correctly is just fine, okay? But stacked together daily, you're exfoliating your skin barrier faster than it can rebuild itself. Here's what I want you to understand. Your skin barrier, it's a physical structure. It's layers of cells held together by lipids, kind of functioning like roof shingles, for instance. Strip those shingles off faster and your body can't replace them fast enough, and you lose the barrier's ability to hold water, which is what plumps skin, softens those fine lines in the first place. So the habit sold to you as anti-aging can directly cause the exact look you're trying to avoid. Now, if your skin feels tight, looks shiny red, or stinks when your product touches it, that's your barrier asking you to stop and to simplify. Zone 5, the other cheek. And I want to tell you this one from personal experience. In 2025, I had 4 surgeries within 4 months for a serious staph infection. And my recovery required me to sleep flat on my back literally for 7 months. Straight, no exceptions. I didn't do it necessarily for my skin, but by the end of those 7 months, I noticed something I wasn't expecting. The lines and creases on the sides of my face that I used to sleep on in particular for decades had visibly softened. That's not a coincidence, it's mechanics. See, if you sleep on the same side every night for 8 hours for years, and you're applying sustained pressure to that side of your face for roughly a third of your life, that's the consequence. Now, look in a mirror right now. Compare your 2 cheeks. Slightly different fullness, I guess. Slightly different crease depth. That's likely after years of one side taking the weight. Now, I know back sleeping isn't realistic for everyone. A lot of you have told me that already, whether it's a bad shoulder, sleep apnea, or just doesn't feel natural. You don't have to go to that extreme that I was forced to. Even simply alternating which side you sleep on, or using a pillow that keeps you from burying your face into it reduces the repeated pressure on any one spot. That alone can make a big difference. Zone 6, the jaw. And this is one I can speak to directly because I've spent decades now looking at it, studying it, treating it, not just reading about it. Jaw clenching, teeth grinding, usually happening at night without you even knowing that it's occurring. Here's what's actually going on structurally. It's 2 things basically, not one. First, here we go, the masseter muscle, this big muscle right here that you do a lot of your chewing with, right here in your jaw. It can enlarge from chronic overuse. The same way any muscle, when you repeatedly, say you're working out, you repeatedly overload it, or loaded, I should say. Second, that muscle stays in a sustained, tight contraction at night for hours. And that sustained muscle tension can also restrict lymphatic flow, vessels running through here and around it. So on top of the muscle growing, fluid gets trapped in this area as well. Together, that's what widens, squares the lower face. Separately, the grinding can also wear down your tooth structure, which can subtly shorten the lower third of your face over years. People chase filler and skincare for a tired, aged lower face when the actual driver is happening at night in the jaw with zero product that can really touch it, honestly. Now, this is the one I actually treat both as a dentist and also at our med spa. Custom night guard. It's a splint. You probably heard of that. You wear it while you sleep. It'll protect your teeth And for a lot of patients, it will measurably reduce the muscle tension from gritting your teeth at night. It'll also help prevent morning jaw pain. And for the muscle itself, I've been injecting neuromodulators like Botox directly into the masseter, for about 12 years now. It relaxes the muscle, relieves the pain, and for many patients, gently softens and contours your face that's been squared off, from years of grinding. Number one, though, it helps reduce the soreness, the headaches. And if you have a partner that mentions you've been grinding at night, think about this. Have a conversation with your healthcare provider, your dentist, maybe talk to somebody at the med spa. Okay, I'm outside in the Arizona sun. Zone 7, I'm actually talking about your whole face now, not just part of your jaw, okay? The mistake or the issue I'd like to bring up is only wearing sunscreen when it's sunny outside. UV exposure is responsible for the majority of visible facial aging, not sunburn. UV exposure, which comes through cloud cover, through glass. If you skip it, well, on an overcast day, for instance, or days you're mostly indoors near a window, you're still accumulating exposure. Now, I know some of you have pushed strongly back at me, saying sunscreen itself is the problem, that it's poison. Let's be accurate instead of picking a side. The concern isn't sunscreen as a category, it's a handful of specific chemical filters. A couple, for instance, oxybenzone, have been shown to absorb into the bloodstream and stay there. And some animal studies have raised hormonal-related questions, though human studies haven't confirmed real harm just yet, just an association. Mineral sunscreens using zinc oxide, titanium oxide, for instance, were completely different, and I want you to consider these. They sit on top of the skin instead of being absorbed into it. They're the only UV filters the FDA classifies as safe and effective. They don't show up in your bloodstream. So if you're uneasy about the chemical debate, the answer isn't skipping sunscreen. It's reading the active ingredients, choosing zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. That sidesteps the entire argument and is still the single best documented thing you can do to prevent premature facial aging, skin cancer, in every zone we just talked about. Now let's go back around the face one more time just to kind of summarize things. I talked about forehead tension, icing instead of draining under eyes and your cheek, underhydrating, over exfoliating your face, one-sided sleep position, nighttime jaw clenching, and sunscreen only on sunny days. Every one of these is something you can change starting tonight. None of it requires a procedure, though a couple of them I've shown. You do have a real clinical option if you so desire. Now, I mentioned the complete 60-second lymphatic drainage routine back in Zone 2. I'm turning that into its own step-by-step video, and as soon as it's live, I'll link it right here and in the description. Until then, you'll find plenty of helpful videos on lymphatic drainage in my portfolio, or I should say, my profile. If today's video helped you look at your face differently, I'd be grateful if you'd share it with someone you care about. Chances are they'll recognize themselves in at least a couple of these zones that I put up. And if you'd like to keep learning with me, I'd love to have you subscribe if you're not a subscriber. My goal is simply to help you better understand your face, your health, and the small everyday habits that can make a real difference. Most of all here, I'd like to thank you. I know your time is valuable, and the fact that you chose to spend a few minutes with me today truly means a lot. I never take that for granted. I'm Dr. Greg. I hope to see you in a future video.